Alright, Floatzel is probably one of the most underrated Pokemon in UU right now, and this video is going to show you exactly why. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're battling against Kafkafoon in the UU tier, Smogon rules and all that wonderful stuff. Just a quick one, I've noticed around 36% of people watching this video right now aren't actually subscribed. So if you think you're subscribed, just double check it because you might not be. And if you're not subscribed anyway, why not subscribe? It's free and it helps me out and I really appreciate it. Anyway, with that being said, let's jump into the team preview. Okay, Kafkafoon has got a solid looking team. He's got a Tinkaton, a Sliverwing, Glaceon, Dunsparce, Scizor, and a Pikachu. So he's got the top tier threat Scizor on his team just like we do. Got to be careful of that. We don't have any fire type moves on our team except from Tera Blast and Espeon. So we've got to be careful of the Scizor. And as you can probably tell, my voice is going a bit away. So I'm sorry about that in advance. And the battle begins. So Kafkafoon is going to lead off with Pikachu, of all things, as we led off with Scizor. So we're in a very good advantage at the moment. A very good advantage if I do say so myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight for a U-turn. Get on out of there. And then whatever they bring in now, which they don't, they go for a Thunderbolt. Fair enough. That does a lot of damage. We go for a U-turn, then I should take it out. Takes out the Pikachu. Oh, it's got static. No. It's got static. That just ruined everything. Scizor's paralyzed. That's not fair. Down goes Pikachu, though. That's always a big threat out of the way right there. Now that Pikachu's out of the way, we can get Plopper in the Pelipper and get some rain going up. That's what we're doing right now. So we'll get some rain up. See what they're going to do. I think we can handle pretty much everything on their team except from the Glaceon, which they bring in now. So Glaceon obviously outspeeds us. We've got nothing really that wants to switch into a freeze dry other than Scizor. So I suppose the play here is to go back to Scizor. And failing that, we just go into our Floatzel and wave crash this thing into oblivion because there's nothing on his team to stop a wave crash Floatzel. So we'll go Scizor real quick and they go for a freeze dry as expected. Not going to do much damage. It leaves us on 1 HP. Can we please break through paralysis right now? That's all I need you to do. Break through paralysis unless they have quick attack. They do withdraw the Glaceon. Are they going to go into their own Scizor? Probably, right? I'd say Scizor. Yeah, Scizor comes in. Scizor is a great counter to Scizor. And we go for a Bullet Punch. It's going to do a decent little chunk. Yeah, a little bit of chip damage. Now we go for a U-turn just in case they Swords Dance. If we lose Scizor here, it doesn't really matter too much. They go for a U-turn first, which is great because it means we get some momentum on whatever they're going to bring in. So Scizor goes down, unfortunately, but it means we get a free switch in on whatever they bring in. So let's see what they do. This could potentially be very dangerous for my opponent because the only thing that really stops the Floatzel's Wave Crash is going to be the Tinkaton or the first impression from this thing. So this thing comes in. Sliverwing comes in. Impressed? I am very impressed. Gets a booster energy which boosts its attack, which is pretty bad for us. But we've got Pelipper anyway, who's physically defensive, so we can just fire off a Hurricane right now. We can definitely just fire off a Hurricane right now. So let's go ahead and do that. Do we go for a Hurricane? Or do we go for a U-turn? I think it's pretty obvious they're going to switch. I think we go U-turn expecting the Tinkaton to come in. I don't think they stay in here. So let's go for the U-turn. They do go for their own U-turn, which is fair enough. It's not going to do much damage to us. And that means they lose their booster energy, which is great for us. Absolutely great for us. Slivering is a big threat. Slivering is a very big threat. In comes the Tinkaton. So Tinkaton is a great switch here. Obviously, Tinkaton is pretty cool. We go for a U-turn anyway on the switch. Gets a bit of chip damage off. Breaks the potential Focus Sash, which is great. And now we go into Floatzel, and Floatzel is the powerhouse of the team. Floatzel is a very powerful mon in the rain. Extremely powerful mon in the rain. It's very underrated. It's come a long way since Gen 4. It's definitely come a long way since Gen 4, that's for sure. So they are leftovers, which is good to know. We're going to Terastallize straight away and Wave Crash this thing into oblivion. I'm definitely Terastallizing this thing. Definitely Terastallizing Floatzel. They do withdraw the Tinkaton. What do they go into to take a Choice Banded Wave Crash, Terastallize into water? Scizor? Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think they lose the Scizor here. We're going to Terastallize right off the bat. There we go. Terastallize into a water type. And this Wave Crash is going to destroy this thing. There is no way on Earth this Scizor lives this Wave Crash. There's just no way. We're adamant as well. We're adamant as well. So let's go for the Wave Crash. Let's see how much damage we do. I bet it destroys it. I bet it destroys it. It destroys it! Absolutely obliterates the Scizor into oblivion. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And we do get some recoil, which is unfortunate, but we're in a very good position with Floatzel right now. We could literally tear through their team. Obviously, recoil is going to take us out, so we're not going to be able to get a good hit off, but it's fine. Now they go Slitherwing, so we have to go into Pelipper again. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I don't want to die to a first impression from this thing. First impression will definitely KO Floatzel from there. So we'll go into Plopper. We're going to Plopper. Old Plopper over here. They go for a U-turn on the switch. Fair enough. I'm confident that we could have KO'd them. That was a good read on my opponent's half going off with the U-turn. Definitely a good read on my opponent's half. In comes the Glaceon again. So Glaceon comes in. Glaceon's a bit of a funny one here. I don't really know what to switch in. Because we have Donphan who's weak to it. Floatzel that's weak to Freeze Dry. Pelipper that's weak to Freeze Dry. Salamence which is weak to Freeze Dry. Glaceon's just not the kind of Pokemon you prepare for. That's the thing about it. So I think our best bet is to go into Espeon. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll go Espeon. We'll go Espeon. There we go. Glimmer comes in. Looking all fancy. They're going to Terrestrialize. So what type are they going to go into? Ice? Are they going to go pure Ice and go for the... Or are they going to go something else? They go Ice. They go Ice. They go Ice. So they're going for the full power Freeze Dry. Which is fair enough. Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. Absolutely fine by me. Let's see what happens here. They go for an Ice Beam. Let's see how this works out for them. It's going to do a lot more damage than Freeze Dry would have. It takes out the Espeon. It takes out the Espeon. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. The rain is going to stop, which is unfortunate. But we can probably go Floatzel again. We can't tear our Salamence. I think we have to kind of... To work around this, we're going to have to go Pelipper, get the rain back up. No, do we need to do that? We don't need to do that. We outspeed anyway, so we'll just take it out with Jetsley. We'll just take it out with old Floatzel over here. We don't need the rain. We don't need the rain. We have pure power behind our fins. They're going to withdraw Glaceon. What are they going to go into to take this Wave Crash? What can possibly take this? The Dunsparce? Dunsparce? Let's go for the Wave Crash. There we go. No way that this thing's taking this. If it takes it, I'm going to be surprised. It doesn't take it. There's no way. Dunsparce goes down. Floatzel is a monster. An absolute monster. Right, we're going to get some recoil damage, which is a shame. But this should bait in the Slitherwing. If this baits in the Slitherwing, we're golden. Impressed? That's Slitherwing. That's Slitherwing. Alright, cool. So this baits in the Slitherwing, which means we get a free switch into Pelipper. I say free switch, but we definitely get a switch into Pelipper. So let's go Pelipper real quick. We'll see what they're going to do. They probably go for a first impression. There we go. Drizzle comes through. They go for a U-turn. They make the read again. They make the read again. All right, that's perfect. Not really. That's kind of bad, actually, because it means they get a free switch into Glaceon. This match is coming right down to the wire, I can tell. This is going to be a really close match. So Glaceon comes in. All glittery and everything. What's my switch in here? Do I need Salamence for anything? It would be. It is a nice switch in Slitherwing, to be fair. But other than that, it's not really doing much for us. Donphan's not doing anything for us this game. I think we sack off Pelipper. I think we go for a Surf right now. I think we go for a Surf. They go for a Freeze Dry. That's going to take out Pelipper, unfortunately. But it's fine. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. We have the Floatzel. The Floatzel can come in now just fine. Get off a Wave Crash, and then we'll be golden. So let's go into Floatzel real quick. We'll go for that Wave Crash. They haven't got a switch in. They either have to let the Glaceon go down, or they keep it around for later. They've opted to keep it around for later, probably for the Salamence. So we go into the Tinkaton. Tinkaton is a good switch here. Tinkaton is a very good switch here. We get to go for our Wave Crash, which is great. Wave Crash comes on through. There we go. Wave Crash comes on through. Destroys the Tinkaton. There was no way in hell it was taking that. No way whatsoever. There was just no way. As Jetsley does unfortunately go down to the recoil. So that is unfortunate. So I'm wondering what they're going to bring in. I think my best bet is going to be that they bring the Slitherwing in. So I'm going to go Donphan. I'm going to go Donphan. And I hope they bring Slitherwing in. That's what I need them to do. They go Glaceon. So Glaceon comes in. What we need to do is weaken this thing. That's what we need to do. Weaken this thing. So we'll go for an EQ. We know we live a Freeze Dry. They're going to withdraw Glaceon. Interesting. And they're going to send out Impress. So we needed that chip damage on the Glaceon in order to be able to KO it with Iron Head from Salamence. But weakening this thing as well is actually pretty good. So I'm going to set the Stealth Rocks up. I think setting up the Stealth Rocks is a good idea. They go for a CC. It's going to do about, just less than half. Get the defense drop, and we're golden. There's the Stealth Rocks. Now the Glaceon's going to take 25% when it switches in, which is great. We can also go straight for another EQ if we want to. I think I will go for another EQ. I think that's the best thing. They go for a close combat again, lowering the defenses even further, which is great. And it's all going to come down to whether Salamence can take out the Glaceon or not. That's what it's going to come down to. So we'll take this thing out of an Earthquake real quick. Donphan just 1v1ing the entire of the Sliverwing. Sliverwing just had no chance against Donphan. No chance whatsoever. So, we've got Glaceon to come in. Glaceon takes damage from the Stealth Rocks unless it's Heavy Duty Boots. Unless it's Heavy Duty Boots. It's not Heavy Duty Boots, which is great. Means it's going to take some damage. We go for an Ice Shard just to pick it off with a bit more chip damage. Ice Shard comes through. A little bit of chip damage. Not too bad, not too bad. Was a crit as well. That's going to matter, you know. That's going to matter. So they're going to go for an Ice Beam now. Ice Beam works for me. I'm guessing the Choice Specs. By the way, the Ice Beam took out the Espeon earlier. I'm guessing the Choice Specs. Which means Salamence has absolutely no chance of living this hit. But it's all going to come down to Salamence. Can Salamence take this thing out? What's better? Iron Head or Outrage? I feel like Outrage is better. I feel like Outrage does more damage because 120. Iron Head's 80. Iron Head's not stab, but it's super effective. Pretty sure Outrage does more damage. I could be wrong here. Let's go for the Outrage and find out. Screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go for the Outrage. Takes out the Glaceon with a critical hit. Don't know whether that mattered or not, but either way, pretty fun game. Pretty damn fun game. That was awesome. All right, that was a really close game, that was. So thank you, Kafkafoon, for the battle. Really appreciate it. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.